Hello Mercedes lovers. Today's agenda is fan clutch replacement. I guess the symptoms to determine if your fan clutch has gone bad is if you go in a stop and go traffic and you notice that the temperature's gone up, it's definitely either the thermostat or the fan clutch. Now usually if you notice you get on the highway and your temperature comes down to a normal, that's most likely is your fan clutch gone bad and you need to replace it. Now, to determine if your fan clutch has gone bad, there's a fairly easy test, and there's quite a few videos on YouTube that you can see, but the main thing to understand is when the engine gets hot, your fan, the clutch is supposed to create some resistance and spin your fan. Even when the engine is cold, and this is a cold engine, if you look at the fan and you try to spin it, the fan shouldn't just go easily. It should have some resistance. So let's start replacing it. So before I go ahead and start pulling stuff apart, just a few words on tools. And in particular, this will apply to C280, which is the 6-cylinder engine. If you look down there, you'll see that there's no room between the fan clutch and the radiator. And for that, the tools to use, as I'm gonna try, is I took an Allen key and I had to trim it back a little bit just to let me insert it into the bolt. And this is a tool that Mercedes has. I made one, so I'm gonna use this to see how it works. So to get to the fan clutch, we need to remove the fan shroud. This is a fairly easy operation where you just need to release the hose. There's a little clip and the top, just turn it way clockwise and it's going to come out, and you just leave it on the fan resting. The front piece of a shroud, you need to pull these two clips. There's one clip here, one clip here, and you just slide this part out. So that's one. And now you remove this piece. So now you can see how much room you have between the fan clutch over there and the radiator. So it's probably about 30 millimeters or so, or for the Imperial probably like 1.5 inches or something. Now to give us some more room, I'm going to take this cover off. Alright, so the tools. So in order to loosen up the bolt that's holding the fan clutch, we need to lock in place that pulley. And the way the tool works, we're supposed to insert it from the back into the pulley, as the pulley has a little hole that this tool will fit on. So I had to release the fan belt off because you need to spin the pulley in order to lock it in place, and it's not as easy as you think it is. But if you're holding the tool kind of in the back like this and you spin the pulley,
then you can find and insert the lock, and that will hold the pulley in place. And using the Allen key and an extension bar, I was able to break the bolt loose. So now I just need to remove it. So now just spin the pulley and hold the bolt, and it's coming out. Just make sure you pull the tool out before it locks in there. Okay, so the bolt is loose. And so we got this out. So now I'm just going to line up the mark back where I marked my spot, and I'm going to put the belt back. Okay, so looks like the belt is back. Make sure everything sits properly. Right, so here's the fan clutch. So now I just need to get now to mention that the bolt that's holding the fan clutch is basically a normal thread. So if you have the bolt here, to loosen the bolt you need to pull the wrench this way, basically counterclockwise. Alright, and that's my new clutch. Let's see. It looks the same. Well, it looks a bit different, but nevertheless the application should be correct. So now what I need to do is just remove the bolts, clean up the fan, and reinstall the clutch. Sorry, not reinstall, but install the new clutch. And here, probably to mention, these bolts need to tighten about 10 Newton meters. The center bolt gets tightened to 45 Newton meters. To mention though, I can't get a torque wrench on it unless you have a specific Mercedes tool that will allow to do you that, but I'll have to do it manually, just rely on my well, good and tight, as I say. Well, see you in a minute. So you'll see there are 3 bolts holding the fan, and you're gonna need an M5 hex, and just pull the bolts out, and then the fan just comes off. Take the other clutch, put it in place. We'll put the fan back and just tighten the bolts and tighten to 10 Newton meters. Alright, so I got the fan cleaned up, well, at least a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna place now. You have to notice, I guess you're gonna see where the used bolts were. So that's the side And you're also gonna see on this side of the fan, sorry, somewhere on this side it says front. Well, I don't, yeah, right here it says front. So that's how the fan goes on a fan clutch. Okay, cleaned up my bolts. I'm gonna apply 243. Okay, and I'm gonna put the bolts back. Okay, and 10 Newton meters. So my torque wrench. Well, 10 Newton meters doesn't feel like a lot. Alright, so now we're ready for installation. Alright, so we're ready for installation, and as you've seen, I've installed the fan belt back, and I'll try to install the fan with the fan belt in place. I'm not sure if that's gonna be easy, because I might need to remove it and then install it. Well, let's see how it goes. Well, remember that when we removed the fan, we had the bolt in place. So I'm just gonna apply some Loctite as well. Okay, apply the Loctite. I'm gonna install the bolt like this, and we're gonna drop down the fan. In place. Now I need to turn the bolt. See if I can get to it. Yeah, it goes easy. Okay, so, and you see how the new fan actually has some resistance. It don't just spin easily. So now I just need to torque this bolt to 45 Newton meters. And to do that, I'm gonna have to lock the pulley in place again using the tool. So for that, I'm gonna have to spin it until I line up my and we'll keep spinning. because I need to find where's my locking hole. Okay, so here's my mark. So now I just need to put my wrench in. Also to say, you have to notice that the spacing between the blades, there's one spot where the blades are spaced out a little bit. So this is the place where you can actually get your hand closer with your wrench, otherwise the blades interfere. So just line up with the place where you want to insert your hand. And now you try to insert. Okay, so I've lined up the wrench. Now I need to install my tool. And finding the hole is a little bit tough. Take some patience, and I think I got it. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. So now I'm just going to put my extension bar on the wrench. I'm going to tighten it. I think that's it. I think that should do it. Well, looks like I got my fan clutch in place. Now I just need to reinstall back the fan shroud. So installing the fan shroud, remember the back, the piece that goes closer to the engine goes first. Something like that. Just place it there. And then you install the piece that goes closer to the radiator. So make sure the two tabs, make sure these two tabs engage on the bottom. Okay, I think I put it wrong. It goes like this. Usually slide my hand down. Okay, and just to make sure that it's engaged, I usually reach down and just kind of slide it and see if I can pull it away from the radiator. And this side is okay, and this side is okay. So now I just line them up back where they were. I put the clips back. There's one clip. There's another clip. Okay. For ease of installation, you can remove this tab, locking tab, and just line up the inner piece and make sure it's engaged on the bottom, because usually it tends to be loose on the bottom, and when you've engaged it, just twist it this way, which is counterclockwise, and you will see that this lines up and you install the piece back. Now just to make sure that everything's engaged. No, everything's good. Spin the fan, make sure nothing touches it. Okay, and just put this hose back. Alright, so that's all it is.